pounds.
The SV will have less capacity because of the cells. The cells that it uses are the 40 PLs,
right,
which are 4,000 milliamp hours per cell.
Yeah.
And then pretty much all these other wheels are using 50S cells, which are 5,000 milliamp hours per cell. And I believe that it's around the same number of cells total. So less capacity per cell, same number of cells. You're going to have 20% less total capacity. However, with the 40 PLs, because they discharge at such a high rate, you're going to get a lot more.
It's like around 70 amps, right?
I believe, I think it's over 70 amps, yeah. But because of that, you're going to be able to ride down to like 5% battery and
he was able to do 1%.
Exactly, you get to 1%.
Yeah, how did you like it?
I loved it a lot. So I really like this wheel. Like I said, I like how high the pedals are. I like how it's minimalistic.
Yep.
And there's really no frills to it. It's really what you need to get whatever it is you need done. I honestly think it's a good wheel for racing because of the height of the pedal. The acceleration was really good. The suspension, obviously, I can't speak much about it, but it's fast-paced.
Yeah.
So the motor is fast-paced, suspension is fast-paced, and people already know how this suspension is.
The motor is a Sherman S high torque.
Sherman S high torque.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But overall, when I was riding, the only drawback I had, I wouldn't say it's a drawback. It's more just a custom thing. I would have to adjust the pads.
Yep.
Because when I held brake, I was wobbling a lot, and once I pressed my heels back into the pedal, I started to get more stability. But once I sat down, all of that went away.
Makes sense.
Absolutely. So you had a race.
I had to go race.
And you got rid of it.
I just sold it because they did the same thing, except this had more torque. So with zero field weakening on the Big Old Race. So I just found that this is a better trail wheel because it's lighter. It's about 15 to 20 pounds lighter than that race.
Goodness.
And more torque. So it just better build quality, waterproof.
Definitely
durable.
better build quality. You can tell that battery box means business.
Yeah.
It's real carbon fiber.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I had no use for the Big Race after using this and getting used to it. First 1,400 miles on it. I'm not going back to any other wheel after this.
So one thing you mentioned was that this thing is able comfortably to do 60, 70 miles
75,
an hour.
yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you can go down to like 1% battery.
Correct.
How's that possible?
Because of the high discharge cells and because of the power management in the controller, the motherboard, they have a you can send it up until 1%. Even at 1%, when it finally runs out of battery, you'll just gently tilt back and
but you can do like how much do you think? Oh, well, 1%.
I mean, you can go up to 50
on 1%.
I've seen somebody doing like close to about 55 on a highway at 1%. And when it started tilting back, he got off the highway.
Interesting. So it'll definitely tilt you back before it even crashes you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one thing you mentioned to me quickly is that you've never experienced a cutout. You don't know of anyone experiencing it except for Phantomos who tested this.
Well, the developer has cut it out on purpose as he was developing it.
Right.
You know, they've been trying to find the faults.
Right.
And so they found the faults and they correct them and they improve them and they release them. So we're at the stage right now where we're past that.
Yeah.
And the fixes have been made. So
do you know two things? Do you know the voltage at which the battery will let you go under or go to? Like, for example, I know in some wheels it's like 3 point something volts, 2.
Yeah. I think it's 2.8.
2.8. Okay. What kind of batteries do you know?
EVE 40PL.
40PL. That's the
40
same
PL.
as the Bigode 3000 version, or
Yeah, Bigode Race
Bigode Race.
has a 40PL option as well.
Yeah.
Their high discharge cells, 70 amp max discharge.
70 amps.
Yeah, so it's insane.
That's insane. Well,
Part of the secret sauce, to be honest.
part of the secret sauce. So the reason, and I'll let you go. The reason right now we're not able to purchase this wheel is because
It's cost prohibitive. I really don't. We don't really want to sell it for such a high price, and then once the prices come down 6 to 12 months from now, we will have it for substantially almost half price of that. So I've been telling people, just don't buy it, just wait. In the United States, there's no rush. Just be patient. We'll get it done. We'll get the price down, and it'll be available for people. And this is the future right here.
last question for you, and then before we go to the trails, because we're gonna go to the trails. I have a non-trail wheel, but it doesn't matter. I asked you earlier, do you see this thing competing with the P6 on a track?
Yeah, again, I'm not racing on a track. I'm more of a street rider, trail rider, extreme rider. I like to do jumps and stuff like that, and learn. I am not a racer on tracks. I know Roger out west. Shout out to Roger.
Shout out to Roger.
I know he's taking it on the tracks, and he was very impressed by it. He only had it for 3 days. If he had it for more than 3 days, he mentioned that he actually like it and consider it on the tracks. So that's a question more for a racer.
Right.
I think it competes with P6 all day long.
Right. Mostly because of the headroom, and at that top end, it's still able to. So if you get at that top end where it could potentially cut out, then you torque it. You obviously will.
Yeah, there's still a PWN,
Okay.
just like any other wheel.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting up there and being suicidal.
Do you know the PWM at 70 miles per hour or 65? Do you?
Not off the top of the head.
Okay, cool, awesome. Hey, let's go on that track or that trail and see how I keep up with you guys.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Me and my EXN here. But anyway, when I first reviewed the SV168 in that previous video, I focused on the machine itself. But every wheel, tells a different story once it leaves your, controlled environment before you bring it onto the road. You know what I'm saying? But today we're doing something a little different. I had a chance that same day to sit down with the owner of the SV168 for a quick interview. Not the creator, but he's pretty much working with the creators in Russia. And I wanted to hear why, they built it the way they did. And then after that, we headed out to meet a group of other riders for what was supposed to be a very light trail ride. Well, at least that's what I thought. Anyway, it's always interesting to hear directly from the owner because every custom wheel has a personality behind it. Now, the SV168 isn't just another electric unicycle, as you know. It's someone's vision brought to life. Okay, I don't want to reiterate that, but that's really all it was. And after the interview, it was time to ride. But anyway, here's where certain things got a little bit interesting as we headed to the trails. Now, I showed up on my old Bigode EXN, which a lot of you guys pretty much chastised me for. No suspension, older battery technology. Definitely not what most people would bring today if they knew they were going on some trails or something like that. And then I looked down at my battery, and it was like 45%. Not exactly confidence inspiring, but for some moment, I thought, man, I made a mistake. I probably should have brought something else or whatever. But you know what? It is what it is. And now, fortunately, this wasn't an extreme off-roading course. It was just for fun, just flowing with the trails, nothing crazy. And something surprised me while I was pretty much riding with the owner there of the SV168, a much more powerful wheel than mine. But even with an agent EXN, I had absolutely no trouble keeping pace with the SV168 on the ride over to that trail spot. Now that says a lot. Not necessarily about how slow the SV68 is, because it's definitely not, but about how capable older wheels still are when they're ridden within their strengths. Now, the rest of the group had more serious equipment like the F18, the Blitz Pro, the Lynx S, SV168, and EX30, believe it or not. Now, the EX30 owner wasn't sending jumps or anything like that, but, it handled the trails effortlessly. and never really had troubles keeping up with the group. Each wheel has its own personality, and each rider had their own riding style. So this ride reminded me of something I think gets lost in today's electric unicycle community. We spend a lot of time talking about the top speed, peak current, wattage, and battery chemistry, but that we sometimes forget actually who determines how the wheel performs, and that is the rider. Not everyone buys a high performance wheel to do 60 or 70 miles per hour. In fact, I think a lot of riders do get these wheels for the exact opposite reason, and that is headroom. Someone might look at the X30 and say race wheel. Someone else might look at it and be like, wow, the same EX30, they'll look at the same wheel and be like, perfect, I can comfortably do 35 to 40 miles per hour all day and still have like 100 miles left on this wheel. So same wheel, completely different mission, and both riders are right. So the EX10 kind of surprised me that particular day. So on paper, like I said, it's outclassed. Obviously, that, no suspension, older hardware, firmer, older batteries. Yet because the ride matched the wheel, and because I wasn't really trying to race anyone, it fit right in. And that's an important lesson to learn. Specs matter, but using the reel for the right reasons matters even more. So, it also got me to thinking about the Zeno, right? The NOSFET Zeno, or Zeno. I actually think the Zeno would do an incredible job like this. Maybe it wouldn't be my first choice for a high-speed street ride, but for trails, mixed terrain, and group rides where nobody's trying to break speed records, I could, it could definitely be an outstanding option. Now, if I knew that day was going to include both trails and street riding afterwards, I'd probably choose something a lot more versatile, and maybe something like the Biot X-Ray or something like that. But, whatever. But sometimes versatility is worth more than outright performance. So, the worst feeling isn't really an older wheel. It's the worst feeling is realizing halfway through the day that you might have brought the wrong wheel for the wrong adventure. So today's ride proved to me something I think most riders already knew, that older wheels still have a place. Spec sheets don't really tell the whole story. The newest machine isn't always the most fun, and sometimes the rider makes all the difference if you enjoy coming once it gets along for the ride, knowing what the guys already planned ahead. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. I'm just gonna let you guys listen to some of that conversation that happened once we met up. So let me know what you think in the comments. See you in the next one.
Me, I actually forgot to charge it last night.
This wheel?
Yeah, but it's at 90 volts, so we're good.
So 44%?
Yeah. Dang. Ooh. I'm not gonna go all the way with you guys.
Yeah.
I'll go as far as I can.
Trails aren't that
going all the way.
It's not that long.
Well, it's trails.
Hey, what's up, dude? I remember you.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's trails. You're not going to burn much here.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I completely forgot to charge this. I said once my boy falls asleep, I'll charge it, and I forgot. I fell asleep.
He should be good.
So what do you guys have? You have the Lynx,
That's the Lynx S.
Lynx S.
So
What's this one?
That's a Blitz. That's hot.
That's the Blitz. Wow.
That's a Blitz
And what's
Pro.
F18?
I'm on the F18.
Guys, Blitz Pro.
Blitz Pro. That's very important.
Thank you.
And then you have
I'm on the F18.
the F18. Wow, congratulations. And then we have the SV over here. Wow.
You know what the F stands for, right? I could think of a few things.
Have any of you guys ridden the SV?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I was the first one to ride it.
What do you think about it?
Outside. What do I think about it?
Yeah.
I love it. Does he have the pedals up all the way? The pedals need to be higher.
Okay.
Because I see it as a trail wheel.
Okay.
I definitely see it as a trail wheel. I know it can hit the high speeds, but with the weight of it, it's only 80 pounds. Less than 80 pounds.
Right.
So to me, that's a trail thing. I'm a trail rider. So
Okay.
That's what I would want it for.
You wouldn't consider it for racing?
I would, but I would definitely race on it. It's a racing wheel overall, whether it's trails or
Right. You could do
or
whatever.
street.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see it as like a real performance wheel. It's not like a casual wheel. You don't.
Yeah.
There's no screen on it. There's no headlight.
There's nothing.
It's
It's
meant
literally for what you need it for.
Exactly. It's meant for racing. It's meant for performance.
Yeah, I really like it. I like it a lot. I
feels
did
good.
experience
It's
some
fast.
wobbles, but that's because of the pad placement.
I mean, you gotta get used to it.
gotta get
Whatever.
used to it,
Yeah,
exactly.
people get wobbles on new wheels.
Yeah. No braking though. Only in braking.
Yeah, always on.
Yeah.
braking.
You see.
You like it?
What do you think about it, man?
Dude, it's super light. Holy
Super light, right?
Right? Yeah, the thing's only 80 pounds.
It's
The
about
SV will have
2400.
less capacity because of the cells. The cells that it uses are the 40 PLs,
Right.
which are 4,000 milliamp hours per cell.
Yeah.
And then pretty much all these other wheels are using 50S cells, which are 5,000 milliamp hours per cell. And I believe that it's around the same number of cells total. So less capacity per cell, same number of cells. You're going to have 20% less total capacity. However, with the 40 PLs, because they discharge at such a high rate,
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot more.
It's like around 70 amps, right?
I believe, yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's over 70 amps,
Yeah.
yeah. But because of that, you're going to be able to ride down to like 5% battery and
He was
still.
able to do 1%.
Exactly, you get to 1% and still can hit 60 miles
Yeah,
an hour.
that's crazy. But you can't torque it, right? Because of the spike.
A little bit. You could I mean, maybe not at 1%,
Right.
but like you can ride down to 10% battery and still like give it some
Yeah.
good torque.
I think
Purely
that's what's amazing about this. Hey, let me ask you this.
Você não já conhece, sei muito bem dessa mina. A besta não já conhece, ela pode na 17, pode na 17, ela pode na
I told him that. I said that was my first impression. It looks like the Master and definitely feels like the Master, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
168. I don't like his pads though. It's like really.
Yeah, me neither. I told him that. It's specific to him.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it's the fast days. It's the same as lubricant.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I know exactly. Yes, I experienced that. But overall, what do you think about it?
Pretty dope.
Pretty dope, right?
I don't have a helmet, so I'm not gonna push
Exactly.
it.
But I mean,
yeah, it has the
overall,
power.
What do you ride typically?
I ride EX30.
My man. And what do you like about this compared to the X30? So far,
EX30, you got the power.
the power, right?
Yeah, I got the power. Maybe not my favorite.
Dude, it's a 40 PL.
40 PL.
Yeah, 70 amps. Crazy discharge.
Wow. The
Yeah,
suspense
wow.
is real nice.
And it's, the craziest part is when I put an
Yo,
80
it's not
90
the same.
on my
This
EX30,
one
but it's a 50. It's so robust, dude. It just eats the 9090.
Oh. Which
This is
one?
99.
This is a 9090.
It says it on it.
Wow. This is
Am I
a
wrong?
wide wheel. This is really wide.
Yeah.
See the space on both sides?
Yeah.
You can fit
I know
190
the
if
battery
you
box
want.
space is pretty wide.
I feel like you can fit 190 in this.
I know.
This is wide.
I think you can.
You could.
You definitely can. You can put
Yeah, this is
190 in.
really wide.
There's plenty of space for it.
Plenty of space for it.
Yeah. I
It's
thought it was
like
an 80
no
90.
thrills, just all business.
Watch
Watch this bike coming, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh.
once we get the